In late 2014, Samsung unveiled the Galaxy Note 4, their latest and best phone to date, at least at the time. Alongside it, however, they unveiled the Galaxy Note Edge. This phone brought something very different to the table, and no one really knew at the time if it would pay off for Samsung. The Edge screen is pretty unique and it brings a lot of potential to the phone. I've been using this phone for the past few weeks, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you my thoughts on this unique phone. I'm Ben with iTechTriad, and let's get right into our review of the Samsung Galaxy Note Edge. In this video, I'm not going to go over every detail about the Galaxy Note Edge, but instead I'm going to talk about what makes it different from its brother, the Galaxy Note 4. So if you want to find out more details about the Note 4, take a look at our review, which is linked down below in the description of this video. To kick things off, let's talk about the hardware. Now, the Galaxy Note Edge has a similar build to the Note 4 with a rigid metal frame and a rough plastic back. Now, it feels very nice in the hand and very premium. I don't have many gripes about the hardware on the Note Edge, but if I have to complain about something, it's going to be the power button. I honestly want someone to explain to me what the reasoning was when they decided to put the power button on the top of this phone. It just makes no sense at all on a phone this big. Now, moving on to the display, we've got a 5.6-inch Quad HD display that looks just as gorgeous as the Note 4's. It's still one of the best displays on a smartphone today, if not the best. Now, the software and the camera on the Note Edge are pretty much identical to the Note 4 as well. But moving past that, let's talk about what I know you want to hear about, the Edge. Now, that little screen on the side of the Note Edge gives the phone its name and is probably one of the most interesting hardware features that we've seen on a smartphone in the past few years. Now, the Edge brings some new features on it and a ton of potential onto this phone, so let's get into it. Now, before we actually get into what features you can do, let's talk about the Edge itself. Now, the Edge is actually treated in the software as a separate screen from the main screen, and that allows it to do a lot more than the new Galaxy S6 Edge can do. So first, let's talk about the basic features of the Edge. On the home screen, we've got a panel that shows by default a list of apps that you can pick. You can have up to 20 apps and folders on this panel, and that is actually very useful. I found myself putting everything I would access onto the Edge and putting almost nothing on my home screen, which made it very minimal. Now, that was my main usage for the Edge screen just in general, because you can access that list of apps anywhere on the phone. Now, other panels can include weather, important notifications, news headlines, favorite contacts, trending topics on Twitter, and more. There's even a small selection of third-party panels available through Samsung's App Store. However, out of every feature that the Note Edge has, my favorite had to be the night clock. During a set period of time, the Edge will display the time, date, and weather at an extremely dim setting. This lets you easily see the time on your phone at night rather than blinding yourself by turning on the entire screen. Other nice perks added by the Edge include an easy way to see your notifications on the Edge while you're using the phone, and another nice perk is that if you're playing a game or watching a movie, incoming calls won't distract you, but instead they'll show up on the Edge and you can act on them from there rather than losing your game or missing your favorite scene on the flash. So what I didn't like about the Edge was what it did to the handling of the phone. Picking up the phone is a bit more difficult because of the Edge, and depending on how you use the phone, you might find yourself touching the Edge quite a lot by mistake. Now, typing with both hands wasn't easy either, since one hand would have less grip. Now, some apps also didn't use the Edge in a good way, at least in my opinion. A prime example of that is the camera app. All of the buttons that you would traditionally have on your viewfinder are now on the Edge, which might sound great because it's sort of like a camera button, but it's not. Numerous times I've mistakenly pressed the wrong button while trying to take a picture and nearly dropped the phone just trying to press that shutter button. Now, last but not least, let's take a quick moment to talk about the battery life. Now, due to the Edge display, Samsung had to slightly decrease the size of the battery on Note Edge to 3000 milliamps. Now, battery life is still pretty good, but it's not as good as the Note 4. It usually gets me through the day, but that's usually about it. So is the Note Edge worth picking up? Well, it depends. Some people are going to love this phone, but others will hate it. Personally, I'm on the fence. I love the added functionality, but I can't stand what the Edge does to the handling on this phone. And personally, I don't think it's worth the price Samsung wants for it. The Edge is available on all 4 major US carriers between $800 and $949 unlocked, or $399 on a contract. Personally, I don't think there are any phones worth $400 on a contract, and the Note Edge is not the first. Now that's going to go ahead and wrap up our review of the Note Edge. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this in the near future. You can learn more about the Note Edge in our written review, which is linked down below. A huge thanks to AT&T for letting us test out the Note Edge on their network as well. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and leave a comment letting us know your thoughts on the Note Edge. If you enjoy our content here on iTechTriad and you want to help us make more of it, be sure to check out our Patreon campaign where you can contribute and help us make more content and further improve our quality. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in our next video.